Good evening everyone and welcome to this Invictus Racing League's Performance League. I am your host with the most, Mark. Unfortunately, Craig is not with me tonight, my partner in crime as always. I'm hoping he'll be back either, I think it's 2 weeks away, because next week he'll be off on holiday, but hopefully he'll be back as quickly as possible for you guys. So I'll be doing the introductions and stuff, but don't worry guys, don't worry. I have got another commentator who's just joined me here. He does the no assist leagues and he's been very kindly doing the performance league with me tonight. So give you a hands up or clap or whatever you want to do for Captain Stiff. Hello mate, how you doing?
Good evening, Matt. Nice to be here. Nice to see the performance league in its all wonderment here in a sunny Montreal.
Oh well, cloudy. Cloudy.
Through the clouds.
Okay, I'll let you off on that one. What's your opinion of Canada as a track?
I actually find it's a superb track. It's challenging where it needs to be challenging. It's easy where it needs to be easy. It gives you two great overtaking opportunities going into the final chicane of turn 12 and 13, and also down the first DRS straight, so the main straight down into turn 1. So there's absolute packs of action throughout the grid, and I think we can expect absolute crack of a race tonight.
It is, regarding Canada, it's just, you just don't know. Fair enough, there's always long straights, but you just do not know what to expect around here at all, and it's just that excitement, and you should get loads of overtakes, surely, around Canada. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I'd expect to see a lot of changes throughout the race. It's going to be quite interesting tonight to see some of the depending on the weather that we get during the race, because obviously last night for the no assist there was a rain affected race, but if we have got a dry race, we'll see what sort of strategy choices the guys make, whether they decide to stick on a two-stop strategy and go for faster tyres, or to go for the longer one-stop strategy that kind of will see them running around on a soft tyre, which might be a little bit slower, but in the long run might get them to the end of the race a little bit quicker.
True. I was just about to ask you actually regarding strategies, because obviously I'm pretty much rubbish around strategies and stuff, but I think around here, as you said, it could be a two. I reckon people would go for the one stop around here.
It's a very tricky one. It can be done pretty much equally with both, depending on how you look after your tyres on the stint. Especially if you're going for that one stop, you've really got to look after your first set of tyres. So if they are going for the one stop, I would suggest the super soft would be the safest option. The guys that can really look after their tyres may be able to stretch an ultra soft to soft, but they'd have to stop probably around lap 9 or 10, because those tyres will be done after these qualifying.
Yeah, definitely. But you have to be, as a gambler, you have to go for it, don't you? If you're not, you should be in it to win it. Get it? In it to win it. So, I'm just watching Tom 444 now, because he's the first person out of the qualifying, and he's done I believe, a sector 2 time of 43 seconds. I don't know the exact time he's got, but he's doing on the first DRS straight now, which I love this part of the track. I don't know why, I just love the long straights, and then you got that tricky chicane with the wall of champions as well. So he's coming up through the chicanes now, and Tom's coming up to, he should get, oh, Mr. Stim's done a fast time of 1:11.9.
That's a cracking lap there from Stim.
Especially
Waving Tell does a 1:12.5, so not bad there for Waving Tell on his satellite out on his first time lap there, but was 0.6 of a second behind Stim, who sets a cracking lap to go into the 1:11s.
Oh, definitely. I mean, where's that time come from? We never know, do we? Regarding the Performance League, I know I should have said this at the start, but just a bit of a catch-up so you know what's happening as the times come in. So you got Nick L.J. Thompson is in the lead with 38 points. The Bookster is in second with 32 points. Meg Lugby is in third with 29 points. SJD is in fourth with 26 points. Jake Warrior is in fifth with 24 points. Spud is in sixth with 24 points. MJ Coops in seventh with 23 points. Tej is in 8th with 20 points. Waving Tail's in 9th with 20 points. Betrayer's in 10th with 17 points. But I could go even further down, but I don't want to miss any of this action going on with the qualifying so far. Mike?
What? Yeah, whilst you were reading out the results, Mike put it on second with a 1:12.3 there, so absolute blinding lap from Mike there in his return after his races out due to his technical difficulties. Notorious as well, putting it on the second row of the grid in third with a decent time of a 1:12.578 there.
That is they're all cracking laps. And looking at the times there, if you forget Mr. Stims, between Mike and possibly 10th, you've got about a second. Oh my god, Meg Lugby! What a lap! For a second.
Oh, Meg there taking it by 300 of a second to Mike, so decent lap there for Meg. But the problem is this for these guys that they're still almost 0.4 of a second behind Stim in first place, so almost half a second to make up to get pole position. So some of these guys there, it may be a sighter lap for them, but they know they've got quite a decent amount of time they're going to have to make up if they're going to try and get pole position.
Oh, definitely. It's just, you just don't know what to expect at all. You just do not know what to expect. And again, you just do not know what to expect, and that's a repeat. I'm not in the record for player repeat on that one, but looking at it now, it's some cracking laps tonight. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just watching Sir Spud now doing his lapping. He's trying to get some build tension up for his proper lapping now. I mean,
it's all about, especially on this outlap here, it's all about making sure you give yourself the best run off of this final chicane here, not running too wide and clipping the curb. You don't want to hit that wall of champions on the right hand side. So a nice run there for Spud coming out of turn 13 as he goes down across the start finish line to start the lap. But a poor exit out of the last corner can not only ruin that previous lap, will pretty much invalidate the next one because you'll lose so much time.
Oh, of course. This is the part where that corner where Spud just went past. That's the one where everyone gets lose that much because you don't want to cut that corner. Obviously, you get penalised anyway because that's what happened in the no assist last night. But looking at it now, Spud in the Renault is scored 20.3. That's what we expected. I think for a best lap around Canada, you need to get into the 19s in the first sector or low 20s. So that's still good, to be fair.
Yeah, he did clip the wall coming out of turn 8, it was, coming out of the second chicane, so they probably would have lost a couple of tenths there, just getting back onto the racing line, dirtying up those tyres a little bit. So we'll see if that has affected his lap come towards the end of it here.
He's coming up
nicely through turn 13.
Oh, that's beautiful. Will Sir Spud do it? He's moved to
12.9, so brings him up into the top 10, so puts him on the fourth row of the grid currently.
Yeah, so at the minute, the two teammates of Jake and Sir Spud, they're both in the Renault cars for this weekend at the Canadian Grand Prix. But Jake Warrior's doing his lapping, I believe, now. I might be wrong. Because it does say outlap, I think. But yeah, Fasconi and Jake are the only ones, Captain Steve, who have not done a lapping yet. And it's very intense moments because we are under 4 minutes left. Now, like I said, it's just the thrill, the enjoyment around Canada. You just do not know what to expect. I'm speechless. I am speechless.
It's a cracking race. Because it's such a short lap, though, it does lend itself to the fact that if you get it wrong and find yourself facing the wrong way at any point, you'll fall so far behind the rest of the pack. You can find yourself easily half a lap down with a spin. So these guys here, they know that consistency is the key with this race. They've got to make sure that they're keeping it on the circuit, out of the walls. And especially another thing that the guys were struggling with last night is penalties. Penalties here are absolute killer.
They are indeed. And fair enough, some of them maybe they couldn't avoid and stuff, which is understandable, but there are times where you could easily cut a corner around here and they don't want to do that. But looking at it now, before the guys are going to do their lap-ins, what time do you reckon the pole lap will be? I'll put you under a lot of pressure.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Stim's lap of 1:11.9 is the benchmark at the moment. I can't see anyone apart from him making up that much time. Meg Luppy possibly will dip under the 1:11 mark, but maybe a 1:11.8 would be a decent lap for these guys here, especially in the with the realistic performance.
You know what?
It is a tricky one.
You know what's good? You beat the time by thousandths of a second. That's what's perfect, and you can't beat that at all. If you can do that, spot on. It's perfect.
I'm just riding on board with SJD 1988 here, and he's already done a lap on these ultra soft tyres, and he invalidated that one, so he's going around for a second go. So he's only in 7th at the moment with a 1:12.7, but the problem is that now he's done this first lap on the ultras, which has been invalidated, and he's going back for another lap, that he's going to have scrubbed up those tyres for one extra lap. So when it comes to race time, if he does improve his time here, if he does stay out, does he? No, he does bail out and come into the pit lane. So SJD, the only two-time winner in the Performance League, if I am correct,
Yes.
picked up the win in China before the break.
Yes.
Unfortunately, only in 7th place.
Yeah, but you just do not know what to expect. In the Performance League, I mean, Craig would have watched this and explained, oh, 1:11? Oh, 1:12.3? He would have improved, but I think he validated his laps, so he's going to do another lap in. Meg Lugby, sorry, Captain Stiff. But looking at it now, even if you had a top form on the Performance League, the last few races, it doesn't matter. Anyone could win it. You just never know what to expect.
Oh, so just on board with Stim there, who's just done his first sector, and he's 0.02 of a second slower compared to his initial pole time. So Stim on track at the moment to matching, if not beating, his time. So we'll see through the rest of this second sector if he can get any quicker coming down into turn 10, which is the hairpin.
Oh.
And he's 1.5 tenths up there, so Stim on course to go even quicker.
I think he'll be the one to watch tonight if he keeps it up. He's coming up to the straights now. He's got to get it perfect on the chicane. Does he do it perfect on the chicane? Yes, he does. It's perfect.
It's lovely. There, kisses the outside. Does look like Stim, mate.
Oh!
And he does. Cracking lap there for Stim. A 1:11.8.
But that's not.
Was it invalidated?
Yeah, he was invalidated.
Oh, it was. Oh, that's a shame there for Stim.
Oh.
So,
Mike, will he do it? Oh my God, no! Will he do it? He has! Oh, what a lap!
Boy, what a lap! Pulls the Force India straight down that final straight. Absolutely pinpoint perfect through the final chicane. And takes pole position with the checkered flag out. So there's a couple of guys still running around. We'll see if anyone else is going any quicker. The Spud moves back up into 8th place. We've still got the current championship leader, Nick L.J. Thompson, is coming down into the final chicane now.
Oh,
in the McLaren. Doesn't look like he's going to improve. He's not had the greatest qualifying. It's a 1:12.7 for Nick, so not starting where he would want to at all. Nick down in 11th position there, so will have the benefit of being able to choose his strategy when it comes to the race, but he'd want to be starting up the front.
Yeah, he would have done that. He'd need that because the Bookster's in 7th and he's 2nd at the minute. Meg Lugby's in, in the top half of the championship standings as well. He's in 3rd, but anything can happen. Anything can happen tonight. And what a lap! What a lap from Mike. Where did that come from?
I know, it's absolute cracking lap, and it's well deserved. It's great to have Mike back on the grid. Obviously, reasons out of his control that he was out, so it's great to have him back and puts in that absolute blinding lap.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Magnifico, nice. Nice. I'm going to put you under a lot of pressure again, and I feel bad, but I am not. Well, who do you think? Who do you think will get the top three tonight, based on what you've seen of tonight's qualifying?
God, that is tricky. I'm going to stick my neck out and say I think Meg Luppy might have this one. I can definitely see him if he can keep it clean, especially through this first corner. If these guys can keep it on the track, I think Meg's in good, decent position. Another guy that's in form at the moment, especially in the F3 League, is MJ Coop, and I definitely wouldn't bank on him to, I wouldn't doubt him to kind of stick it up onto the podium positions. MJ Coop seems to be right on form at the moment, exactly when it counts. So another one that's right up there, but
it's hard.
Like you said, up and down this grid, there's guys that can challenge, and like we just saw with Mike coming back and putting it on pole, anything could happen.
Oh, definitely. Some really good, interesting choices actually for the top, for the top three and stuff. I'm gonna go for. I reckon Meg will do it. Somehow, I don't know why, but I think Mr. Stim will probably nick third tonight. I don't know why, but I reckon he'll nick third. But it'll be between MJ Coop and Mike for second, I think.
So looking at the table, there's been a couple of drivers that have been picking up quite consistent points as well. So like Jake Warrior's been going quite steadily throughout the seasons, picked up points almost every race so far. So might see him kind of pushing towards the top half of the race, going towards the second half of it.
Yeah, I mean, he has proved me wrong, because at the start of my podcast I said I reckon Jake, because he hasn't done any racing at all, and he's just come back, and I thought, when you just come back after a long absence, that's it. But I think we're about to kick off now. We've got 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 red lights, and it's go! Oh, there's some fantastic stuff for Mike. But oh my God, Mr. Sims dropped down still in second. Oh, there's some colour. Oh my God, the Red Bull. I'm notorious. I don't know if he's lost a bit of his front wing. Well, we banged with a silly bang on that one, but just Jake's dropped down to 14th. Tom's dropped down to 10th. Meg Luppy's moved on to 3rd. MJ Coop's dropped down to 4th now. No, MJ Coop's still moved up to 4th. What the? Oh my God, 4 in a bed. I will give you your chance, Captain Steve, I promise, but this is unbelievable. 2 in a bed. Oh my God. Oh,
so cars all over the place there, coming out of the 3rd chicane as they head towards turn 10s. 2 wide, all down the grid, heading down into the hairpin as we've got the Sauber going down the inside of 3 cars at the moment. There's TUF Sheo. Oh, he's getting tangled up with the Red Bull.
Yeah, I just saw that. That was just, I'm not sure what to say on that one, but I think some people have lost. Oh yeah, Nick's lost a bit of his front wing. Oh, 3. Oh my God.
We've lost Stim. We have lost Stim.
What happened?
And
oh no!
It looks like he may have hit the wall of champions.
Oh my God! Oh my God, this is intense. Oh my God, this is unbelievable. With the Williams coming out to try and get past Nick. Oh no, he's nearly lost it there, but we might have 4-car battle here. We might have a 4-car battle here for 9th place. This is unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. But if we go back up to 4th and 5th, we've got a 3-car battle for 3rd, Captain. Aye, this is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh.
So Notorious making the lunge down into turn 8, trying to get move done on Nick LG Thompson, who's well out of position in 10th place at the moment. Notorious is absolutely hounding the rear end of that McLaren.
Oh my God.
As he dives down the inside at the hairpin, who gets a better traction off of it? It looks like it's going to be the Red Bull driver. He's going to use the power of that Renault-powered Red Bull to move past the Honda-powered McLaren, and he does. And Nick tucks in into the rear, or just behind the rear wing of Red Bull. Does he make the move down into the final corner? No, he doesn't. He's going to let it go. So great move there from Notorious.
Oh, that's fair play on that one. But while you're watching that, Captain, oh no, MJ Coop's lost the car. He's lost the car.
It's really unfortunate there. MJ Coop doesn't look like he's lost any front wing from where I can see at the moment. There's no end plate damage, so hopefully for him it will just be a recovery drive now. He wants to make sure those tyres will be red hot at the moment. They will be struggling for grip, so it's just about keeping it out of the water at the moment from MJ Coop. It's still savable from where he is.
Oh, definitely. But I'll tell you what, this is exactly the same as what happened in pre-season last season. In pre-season, there was we had a 3-car battle here. Will we see another 3 in a bed? Please. If we have a 4, I will retire. And I will guarantee that. I promise you that. But if we see a 4 in a car, 4 in a bed, that's me done. Because you've seen it all now.
So what's quite interesting, I think, at the moment is looking through the different strategy choices the guys have gone for. So TUF Shayo's gone for the soft tyre, and so Spud's on the super soft, and so it's Shayo and Nick LJ Thompson have gone for the soft tyre. So it looks like they're going to try and run the one-stop strategy with the soft tyre first and ending, or they can choose whether they go on to the ultras depending on how long they get these softs to last for. So interesting to see if they're going to kind of use the longer stint to eke out a little bit more position on the circuit, whether they'll be able to use that or longer living tyre to get ahead whilst the guys will be battling in the pits sort of in about 5 or 6 laps time.
Yeah. If you was in that position, Captain, what would you have done? As in, if you should show us position now in 6 after lap 4 in the softs, what lap would you have gone to pit for, whether it's the ultras or the supers?
So for Shayo, where he's starting on the softs, he's in a perfect position right now because he's not really being. He's just ahead of Spud and SJD, but he's not under major attack at the moment, so he's managed to stay ahead. So he's not going to be burning off too much life out of those softs too early into this stint. And even if he does drop down a position or two, it's these guys in the ultras will start. They'll find themselves falling off a cliff pretty quickly. So I think Shayo seems to be in pretty good nick at the moment to have a decent race.
But this is the actual Shayo train now, because not only Spud is crashing on Shayo, but SJD 1988 is closing in and wants to join in the fun. He'll be like, choo choo with the Shayo. That's it. Sorry. I'll shut up now. That was true. Oh, Spud!
What is great to see. Does he make the movie?
No, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, Captain, but I think Spud lost it on the car when he was turning around on the left-hand side, just after the first sector, into the second. But we might have the Bookster. The Bookster
just coming out the hairpin there at turn 10, right up the back of Wave and Tail in the Force India, as he does put inside. So Wave and Tail going defensive very early into the straight, so that's going to disadvantage him a little bit. The Bookster opens that rear flat of DRS. He's going to put inside. It'd be a brave move from there into the chicane. Both cars keep it out of the Wall of Champions. It's going to have DRS again going down to turn 1. It's quality defending from the Force India of Wave and Tail.
That's why I always call him the Flying Scotsman on that one. But we'll have to wait and see how Wave and Tail holds on for third. But because of that defensive, Tom 444 has come in to try and join the party as well. This is unbelievable. But Meg Pierce got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And someone, I don't know if it's SJD or someone else.
SJD just picked one up going through turn 3, just cut the corner on the inside of turn 3. So unfortunate for SJD there, who's stuck in a battle at the moment between him, Shayo, and Notorious seems to be starting to take down the gap from behind. It was just over 3 seconds. It's now down to 2.8.
Yeah, he's trying. We might have some really, really good battles here. We've got 2 lots at the minute. I think Spud will have to pit. Yeah, he will have to pit because of his front wing completely gone.
the battle for third at the moment between Waving Tail, the Boogster, and Tom 44. There's 3 cars heading into the last corner of turn 12 and turn 13. Oh, Tom is going to have to go wide and miss the chicane. Slows it down enough to make sure that he doesn't pick up a penalty on that.
Yeah, but look at Shayu and SJD! Oh no!
Oh, he's pinched the driver. He's pinched him out onto the outside of the track there, going into turn 1. That's going to allow Notorious to cruise right up to the back of SJD.
What do you think of that move then? Do you think
Shayo had the position on track? He did have the position. SJD just got pushed a little bit out wide. You can say it was a little bit dirty on the behalf of Shayo, but his car was on the racing line at the time, and the car from behind needs to make sure that he's braking within enough room to get into the corner as well. So we'll call that one a racing incident. Yeah,
I would agree with that one. And I didn't mean to put you under a lot of pressure there, Captain. Sorry, but SJD's lost out to 7th by Notorious. Notorious is on fire. Notorious. I haven't got the music on. I promise you that. But Notorious has got DRS. But SJD's got more wing.
So Waving Tail in 3rd position, came out of the final turn in turn 13, just tapped the wall of champions. Not enough to get any damage, but it allowed the Boogster to cruise right up to the back of him. So the Boogster now within 0.3 of a second, and Waving Tail is just putting that Force India in all of the right places when it comes to defending.
Oh, definitely. I mean, this is why we love. Oh, Shayu's got 3-second time penalty, but where's the yellow flags?
Oh, it looks like it might be Jake Warrior. I think I just went past a Toro Rosso was pointing the wrong direction. Or was it MJ Coop? May have been MJ Coop. Yeah, it's Coop. He's gone round again. Oh, Coop. Those tyres really seem to struggle, and he's going to have to watch out rejoining for the McLaren. Yeah, he's going to have to watch out now, but watching it now, Tom 444's closing in on the Boogster. The Boogster's trying to close in on the Waving Tail, the Flying Scotsman here. But Waving Tail will have trouble with the Boogster. Regarding this will bring a hell of a big points for McLaughlin. It's MJ Coop once again. He's lost it coming out of turn 7, I believe, and he's hit the wall, and he's lost the front right-hand end plate to his front wing. So it's going to be an early pit stop there for MJ Coop, whose race seems to be going from bad to worse at the moment. I think he said before the break he wanted the races to carry on because he was in top form and he was really doing well. But now tonight he'll be thinking he'll be cursing on the brakes at the minute because of it, because he's lost that form now, and hopefully he will return back onto trying to get into the top 10 as quickly as possible. But while we're doing that, we are waiting to see if there's any more action going on. So at the minute, the Boogster and Waving Tail is the only battles going on at the minute. I tell you what, Captain, Captain, this is unbelievable tonight, and it's only been lap 9 of 35. Can you believe it? As I was going to say earlier, so far it's been a mighty impressive drive from Mike at the moment, who maintained the lead from pole, and he's got almost a 3-second lead over Meg, who's 6 seconds ahead of Wave. So Mike at the moment seemingly in control of this race.
Yeah, I think that was that big massive boost for him because of obviously his technical difficulties or that he couldn't control and stuff of the technical issues with the cars and stuff. This is a big boost for him to come back on. He's come back and he may win the race, but I don't want to jinx it. It's like the commentator's curse, but it could happen, could not, I don't know. But at the minute he looks strong, and I do agree with you on that one, Captain. Really agree with that.
Just down following the battle between Nick LJ Thompson in 10th and Spud 72 in 11th, and two drivers are well out of position at the moment. Nick, who's current championship leader, struggling down in 10th position with Spud's Renault all over the back of him at the moment.
Oh my god. I have to wait and see, but while you're watching that, I'm just watching the Waving Tail and the Bookster battle here. The Flying Scotsman waving tails still holding on for third at the minute. I don't think anyone's left the session, but it looks like they're trying their hardest to try and get past the cars and stuff tonight. On some of the cars, they can't get past. Obviously, I know because of the car performance, but looks like they're struggling at the minute.
Yeah, hopefully we haven't had the slipstream glitch with Mr. Stim Lee or with him retiring, but it may be that Waventel's aero package today on the Force India is just so much stronger than the Sauber of the Bookster behind him.
But he's still closing in on Waventel though, the Bookster. He's doing a cracking battle with him. Hopefully it doesn't wreck his tyres too much because he wants to try and get past. Jake Roy's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Again, this is a track where these guys have got to get the penalties. Well, try and get as no penalties as possible, but try not to get as cumulative to not get in a DSQ at the end of this race.
Yeah, it's a track that really doesn't lend itself to cutting corners anywhere. And the curving around here is lethal.
Yeah. I thought Bookster just got Waventel when he just went wide there. Bookster just tried to cut in, but Waventel's going in the middle here. Now this is absolutely intense. Oh my God, the Bookster! He lost the car nearly and could have hit the World Champions, but he hasn't. Luckily, he holding on for dear life. But Notorious.
Yeah. Notorious right up behind TUF Sheo at the moment. Looks like he's going to get the move done into turn one. Does he get it stopped in time? Oh, he runs into the front wing of the Sauber. Pushes out wide. TUF Sheo picks up the 10-second time penalty for corner cutting, which isn't particularly fair, seeing as it was caused by driver contact. So Sheo will be a little bit aggrieved by that, as it looks like Notorious does let him back past going through turn 5.
Yeah, fair play to these guys. Fair play to Notorious for bringing it back in. It looked like I thought he just managed to do the move, but it looked like he didn't. But
yeah, just at the end of the braking point, it was Notorious there, just tags the wall on the outside of turn 9 there.
It's just unbelievable moments. And you enjoying it so far, Captain?
Oh, it's a cracking race so far. And like I was saying earlier, it's that soft tyre. So Sheo on that soft tyre at the moment, staying ahead of the guys on the ultra softs, but the ultra softs now will really be starting to die away. So this is where Sheo really needs to start and put the hammer down and start making up some time on the guys that will be struggling on those old ultra softs.
Yeah, it won't be a hammer time, and it won't be a sledgehammer on that one. But will Sheo's moved up to 5th. Tom's pitted. Tom has pitted for the soft tyre. He's gone for the softs.
Yeah, so it's Tom going for the one-stop strategy there with the ultra soft strategy. Can work, but he will find those softs will be really high in tyre wear towards the end of the race.
Oh, definitely. We've got two battles going on. We've got Waventel the Bookster, and I thought Spud was closing on Nick L.J. Thompson within 2/10, but he hasn't. But I tell you what, oh my God, the Bookster's lost it on the just under the bridge, coming up to the end of second sector now. We'll be gutted to that now, but his tyres must be saying, oh, gone, absolute gone. But we'll have to wait and see. But looking at it now, you just do not know what to expect. I mean, I bet you wanted to race tonight, didn't you, Captain?
Oh, you never turn it down. It's always fun being in IRL. Like part of F3, it's if the guys are, if you're not part of IRL and you this is the first time you watched it, get involved. It is an absolutely cracking series to be a part of.
Oh, yeah, definitely, absolutely, definitely. Oh, Notorious Sheo, Willie. Oh no, Notorious has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
No, this will be interesting here because the Bookster's coming out the pit lane as Tom and SJD come just behind him. It looks like the Bookster may just clear these guys, but it looks like he might be going for the 2-stop strategy. He came off of the ultra softs onto the super softs, so those super softs won't last until the end of the race. So 2-stop strategy for the Bookster.
I mean, it's more of a safe bet, isn't it, the 2-stop around here, to be fair. But but if you're going to go for it, if you were seeing Mike's, Meg's and Wave Intel's positions now, what would you do now?
Well, I think we're about to see what Mike's about to do as he comes into the pit lane. I think in his position, you have to play it safe, and I believe he'll go for the super softs and trust himself on as he does move on to the super soft tyre. So it's two-stop strategy for Mike there. But with him coming out on the super softs, does Meg make a slight different change? Does Meg go onto the softs and try and build a lead whilst he's running on that one-stop strategy? It's going to be very interesting here.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting to see how these guys can capitalise. Looking at it on the grid as well, it's just, you don't know what to expect. But SJD's closed in on Tom, who's in 7th place at the minute. And I mean, regarding all these, the drivers will be doing their pit stops already. And I think, if my calculations are correct, Meg, Wave, Shayu and Jake Warrior are the only ones who have not pitted yet. They're the ones that have not pitted yet. So it'll be interesting to see how Jake does it with from the super softs. Will he go for... Oh! Both Tom and SJD whacked into the wall, but Tom would have lost a bit of the damage.
They both try and attack each other into turn 10 of the hairpin. They're going to go almost side by side. The Haas is going to be right up behind the Williams, going up the Casino straight as they go round turn 11. God. The slight clink. It's the Williams in front that's actually got the DRS, so he's got the slight advantage going into the final chicane.
Oh no, Tom's lost it on there, but where's Wave and Meg? Where's Meg? Meg's just picked into 3rd, just got in front of Jake Warrior. Oh my god, we have got a 3-car battle here, Captain. Oh, I'm probably have a Captain Rump next. Captain Morgan, so that's it. So
there's a move down for the Sauber on the Renault, and that's the booster trying to get the move done on Jake Warrior there. He's right up the rear of the Renault, tucked up right behind. He moved to the inside. Does he get the move done into turn 8? He's going to have the inside line. It's going to be very, very close between the two. The Renault running him out wide a little bit. They're going to go side by side down into turn 10 at the hairpin. Still going. It's going to be the booster that's got the inside line.
No.
Oh, and it looks like the Renault has to relinquish the position as the Bookster moves up into 4th position.
I'll tell you what, bring back Canada next season. This is absolutely fantastic racing. Absolutely fantastic. Oh my god, we're going to have a heart attack moments here tonight. Don't you agree on that one?
Mike out there on his new super soft sets the fastest lap of the race of a 1:14.5, so leading the race and setting the fastest laps. It looks like it's going absolutely swimmingly for Mike at the moment.
He's doing it, like I said earlier, he was a driver who's just had some good races and then he had some bad luck with the racing and stuff, but obviously because of the technical issues and stuff. But this will be a massive boost for him to get back into a winning race for him, and hopefully it'll improve his constructors, the standings as well on the drivers. But Meg will try and close in on Shayu, who's not pitted yet. But this will be interesting, absolutely interesting. But Shayu's trying to hold on for the softs. Shayu will be a sitting duck here.
Yeah, it looks like Meg's going to get the move done going up the Casino straight. As he does, easily sweeps past the Sauber driver who just doesn't have the power going down the straight as Meg makes the easy move into turn 12. And now it's time to chase down Mike.
Okay, here's a question for you. If you was in Meg's position now, do you reckon you could win the race tonight? Or do you think that's a tough call at the minute?
It's just under a 9-second gap to Mike, so Meg must have lost quite a lot of time when it came to the pit stops there, because he was only 4 seconds behind just before the stops. It's now up to 8, so Mike seems to be controlling the race pretty nicely from the front at the moment. So I'd say unless Mike finds himself having an excursion across one of the outfields and picking up a time penalty, that it might be a little bit of a race too far for Meg to catch up to him.
It could be a race too far, but we'll have to wait and see how it plans out. We've got about 17.
Or it's SJD there making the move down into turn 10 on Jake Warrior, both on the super soft tyre. SJD had the inside line, but Jake's pushed him out wide going round turn 11.
Oh my god,
we've got DRS.
Oh, we've got two in a bed! Two in a bed! Come on! Come on! Yes! He's done it! He's done it! SJD, no! He's lost it! No! Where's Jake? Jake's on the left!
And I think they'll find Waving Tell and Tom 444 are going to get involved in this battle very, very quickly, as it's now going to become a 4-car battle for 5th position.
Oh my god. I bet you guaranteed you want to race next season, don't you? The Performance League. Yeah. Oh my god.
I'm a racer. You give me a seat and give me a steering wheel and I'll drive anything.
Alright, I'll get you a normal car steering wheel then, mate, and we'll kick some that up here. But we'll... Waving Tail, the Flying Scotsman! Will the Flying Scotsman... He's got the
move up the inside. Now, will the Haas try and follow him through? Jake Warrior's going to have to really watch out, because the Haas is going to make the dive down the inside, and he does, as Tom 44 gets the move done. An absolute steal there for the Haas driver, who saw the opportunity. He knew that the Renault would be offline going into turn 8, and he just put the Haas down the inside, got the move done, and Jake Warrior has moved from 5th place down to 8th in less than a lap.
Yeah, like I said, he has not pitted. I reckon he'll go for the Ultras. He's waiting for the Ultras to kick off. He's going to do, I reckon he'll do one more lap or he'll go in. I reckon he'll do one more lap, and I reckon he'll do the Ultras to the end.
Yeah, same as Shao there. Shao, who's only 1 second behind the Bookster in 3rd place at the moment, but those soft tyres will starting to be slowing down, as we've seen Jake starting to struggle on them.
Yeah, looking at the tyre wear situation, it does look like you can still see that mark, that line on the tyres. You know that's on the rim of the tyre wear decoration. It's absolutely intense for them, but again, I could be wrong. Let's see how they can capitalise on it, but I mean, I'll let you carry on, Captain.
Just looking here, it's the Bookster in 3rd place at the moment, so he's going to be picking up a lot of points on Nick, who's stuck down in 9th place and 5 seconds behind Jake Warrior at the moment. So Bookster looks to be taking the lead in the championship coming out of this race if the positions stay the same.
Oh, he will do everything he can, and he's doing a cracking job at the minute. But saying that though, there's some of the guys who have gone from Ultras to Superstars, they will have to pit again unless they gamble.
Oh, it's SJD there, gets really sideways coming out the final turn, and Waving Tail's got the move done going down the outside into turn 1 as the Force India moves up into 5th place. SJD just clipped the curb coming out turn 13 and just about saved it, but it allowed the Force India of Waving Tail just to cruise around the outside of SJD and get the move done.
He's done well. Waving Tail, the Flying Scotsman's done very well to get back into 5th. But SJD looks like he is struggling at the minute, unless I'm mistaken. But he has struggled a little bit on the tyre wear situation. But as I said to you earlier, Jake's pitted and he's gone for the Ultra. Oh, where's Notorious? Oh, Notorious has retired in the pits. Something's happened.
It was a front wing change for Notorious there, so whether he had terminal damage with front wing damage, I didn't see any accident with him involved with any yellow flags, so he may have clipped the wall later on in the lap that we didn't see and just thought he was so far down that he wouldn't be able to catch up.
Well, earlier, like in the same lap 21, he did try and catch up to Pascone, but he was struck. He just hit the wall and he'd already lost a bit of his front wing. So I know that's what's caused it to happen. I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see how that pans out and see what he says.
Just
after.
Watching TUF Shao here, who's made his first and probably only pit stop, puts the ultra soft tyres on. So 13 laps till the end. He's going to drop down to 9th place at the moment. So I think you're about to see a very quick Sauber.
A very. Could you say that again, please? Because
A
I've never heard
very,
that.
very quick Sauber.
I've never heard that in the 2017 version at all.
Yeah, you might
So
see that blue and gold flashing up with a Renault in front that also on the ultra soft tyres no, super soft tyres, sorry, of Spud. So I believe Shao, with these guys that have got possibly another stop to make, Shao should be able to run these ultras to the end.
should, but you never know. You never know until the pack racing's on here, so you just never know what to expect. But looking at it now, Spud's trying to close in on Nick LJ Thompson for 7th place at the minute, and then just at the back end, you'll see Shao closing in on Spud. Spud will need to do. Oh, Nick LJ Thompson has pitted.
Nick comes in for his second stop, so does SJD. SJD moves on to the ultra soft tyres, so the guys starting to come in for their second stops now.
This is quite interesting now, because Shayu, SJD, Jake, they're the ones to watch at the minute because they've got the advantage, but they will lose out so much time. Oh, Nick's left.
Nick loses the session, so that was in the pit lane as well, so not sure what just happened there with Nick LJ Thompson, but that is going to be a disaster for him when it comes to the championship standings.
I wonder if he can get back into the race, but if not, then we'll have to wait and see. But that, as you said, gutting if he cannot get back into his car as quickly as possible, because he is within 10th place at the minute. But Pasconi will try and catch up to Nick, so hopefully he will try and catch up. But all the guys have all spread out now, so this is quite interesting moments here, because I can't remember how long it takes in the pit lane, you know, the pit stops.
It's around a 21 to 24 second stop overall, so it's the guys will find themselves all being jumbled up again when they come in and make their second stop, so it's definitely all to play for.
Yeah, at the minute, looking at it, Michael's still be in the lead if he pits now. If he pits now, he's got a good chance of getting the ultras to the end, obviously, and he will beat Sheu as long as he doesn't have any front wing damage and stuff. But let's see where Mike is now. Mike is on the last few corners now, passing the
stays out.
Yeah, he stays out the minute, but
he has lapped MJ's coupe, so MJ Coupe, who's not enjoyed this race at all, will be hoping that a few more retirements ahead of him, because that would be the only way he's going to pick up points today.
Yeah, I think he'll be kicking himself, because he had a good 2 races, then the break happened, and now it's just gone. He'll try and do everything he can to rebuild his confidence for next week's race. But looking at it now, I just don't know what to expect anymore now, do you?
SJD there does 1:13.7 on the ultra soft tyres there, so SJD chasing down the rear end of Shao, who's also on those ultra soft tyres after doing the 1 stop.
Oh, SJD's got a 3-second time penalty though.
So it's going to be interesting at the end of this race to see where the real positions are, because there's going to be a couple of penalties to be totaled up, so what you see on track may not be what you see when it comes to the final classifications.
What you see is not what you see. That is not the answer. May be a question, but it may not be the answer. On that one. So the standings here, we got lap 26 of 35. SJD is closing on TUF Sheu now for the first DRS straight. Now he should have DRS. He should have the DRS. Yes, he does, and he should have some good speed on here now. Well, he should with the Williams, but looking at it, he's struggling to catch up to Sheu in the Sauber. It could be that Sheu's got like lower downforce wings compared to SJD, which has got better for cornering.
definitely a possibility. As I'm just watching Wave Intel, who is starting to catch the back of the Boogster in third place. So Wave Intel not out of the race for the podium at the moment.
No, no. Oh my God, SJD! Oh, the gap was there. Shayu's trying everything he can with the ultra softs. We'll have to wait and see how this can be planned out, because will SJD try and close in on TUS Shayu? No. Will SJD try and catch Shayu? This is quite intense moments, absolutely intense, because the first 10 laps, where was that all come from at all? If you only just joined us, guys, Mike got a brilliant lap time of a 1:11.7, I think it was, tonight, and still winning the race, and pole and win possibility in 8 laps time would be a fantastic achievement after his comeback race. But looking at it now, you've got Megalope Boogster, Mr. Stimulatoris are the only retirements on session. Nick has left the session, but I think he has got some internet issues. I think that's why he can't get back in. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but
and he's well out of the points here now, Nick. So even if he does come back in, it would take drivers above him have retiring for him to get back in the points. So disaster for Nick L.J. Thompson. Wave Intel now only 0.6 of a second behind the Boogster for third place. So well and truly on.
yeah, definitely.
Yes. Sauber versus Force India, and Force India has DRS. He looks to the inside going into turn 1. He's letting the Sauber know that he's there. The Boogster is going to have a whole lot of pink in his rear wing at the moment.
Oh my God, SJD just went past TUS Shayu just before the chicane, but I think TUS Shayu has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings on here. But what is Wave Intel doing? Will he try and get past the Boogster, that Peruska on that one? But we'll have to wait and see if he can get to third. Could be podium.
Right out behind him, he looks to the inside again, doesn't quite get the move done, but he's still nicely tucked up in the rear end of that Sauber. Does he make a deep dive going into turn 10? Does he think otherwise? No, he's going to save it. Kisses the apex nicely going around turn 10. He's going to give himself the best run on the rear end of that Sauber going on to the long straight as they go round turn 11 onto the casino straight, and he's going to get a lovely bit of DRS.
Yeah, he's
not quite close enough.
Just have to wait and see. Oh my God! Oh yeah, Nick.
Wave Intel. No, it's just going to get the move done now. The Boogster picks up that 10-second penalty that we saw earlier in the race that TUS Shayu picked up, and Wave Intel made the dive going into turn 1. He is slowing down to allow the Sauber back pass, so good sportsmanship there from the Scotsman in the Force India as he made the move going into turn 1. So 2 cars collided wheel to wheel, and it pushed the Sauber off wide. Sauber cut the first corner and speared into the barrier, and I believe that he may have front right or front left wing damage. As you can see the Sauber in front there saying thank you for letting him back past.
I think
Wave Intel.
Sorry, carry on.
No, go on, Mount.
It's only a quick one, mate. It was just Wave. Both of them are battling out from left, right and centres here. I was going to say about the 10-second penalties, I think that will definitely be removed because of obviously incidents galore of what happened at the first corner there. But Wave Intel's going on the right side, just went past the Boogster. Oh my God!
Yeah, so the Boogster there, knowing that he had that wing damage, has decided to come in and get that wing changed and put on a set of ultra softs to do the 4 laps to get to him to the end. He has got front left wing damage there.
Oh, unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. But we'll have to wait and see now. But Wave until score 3-second time penalty on multiple warnings. I'm not sure. Well, Shayu earlier on has lost his car. I'll just show you. If you're watching it through Wave and Tell, Captain, you know, just under the bridge, you turn right, and you go left, go straight on. It's just that bit here. He lost it. I'm not sure exactly how, but he has lost it there. So, be interested to see his highlight view to see how he lost his car. But maybe they hit the wall, but his wheel come off on the left hand side, so it's a bit weird on that one, shall we say. But SJD's closing in on Tom. He's in 4th at the minute. We've got 4 laps left. Will we see any more positions, Captain?
Well, what is it's? I was just about to say that Mike, Megluppy, and Wave will all have done the one stop on the ultra soft to super soft tyre. So it's mightily impressive for them to be keeping up this pace. Those super softs must be, well, right on the end of their lifespan at the moment. So they're still doing a decent pace around the circuit at the moment. I think SJD coming up to the back of Tom might be the closest battle we'll have before the end of the race, but and the Boogster also, of those fresh ultra softs, might be a threat to the back of Spud, so don't count ourselves out yet when it comes to more overtakes.
Don't worry about that, but Jake Warrior's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Oh my god, what is SJD? I thought SJD would have gone through the Banzai moment with the Boogster. Will the Boogster try to do the Banzai moment? We'll have to wait and see, but will he do it? The two Renault boys, both teammates as well in the league. This is absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. So Spud, he's got to throw his whole life for 7th place. Jake still holding on for 6th. We have got a 3-car battle, but where's SJD? Will SJD close in on Tom? I think we might have a struggle with the slipstream, Captain.
Yeah, it does look like that. The Sauber is struggling to catch up to the back of the Renaults in front, but it does look like this Sauber is gonna be easy pickings when it comes to Spud and Jake, who are both on those older ultra softs. As he goes into the rear end of the Renault, and he's clipped off enough bit of front wing, so more wing damage there for the Boogster, who just seems to be just a little bit too eager to get these moves done. He's desperate to try and climb back up and get some points back in the championship, because he knows that with Nick out of the race at the moment, and well, Nick looked like he rejoined, but he's down and out of the points, but the Boogster knows that he needs as many points as possible to climb into first place in the championship.
Yeah, absolutely, Captain. But here's a question for you. I know there's 2 to 3 laps left. Do you think he will overtake both Renaults before the end of the race?
I think he's definitely got Spoway. It looks like it almost might happen on this straight, as both Renaults are going to be battling going into the final corner, so they're going to hold each other up. So I wouldn't put it past the Boogster just sitting behind them, allowing them to fight as he does there, as the 2 Renaults swap places, or maybe not, as no, so Spud stays just behind. But yeah, I definitely think this is well within the Boogster's remit before the end of the race to get these 2 done.
Oh, definitely. But it looks like he's dropped off a little bit off the pace from the Renault, so hopefully he won't lose out too much time and stuff. But don't forget,
that front wing damage may be coming back to haunt him a little bit after he went a little bit too deep into turn 1, clipped the rear end of Spud, so might just be kind of like holding back for a little bit, letting the 2 Renaults fight with each other. He doesn't want to get tangled up in anything else.
No, but the 2 Renaults, like I said, the 2 Renaults, they don't. The team say, I'll let you guys race as long as it's clean and fair, and that's what's happened. And I think that's what, I don't know if you're supposed to do in the guarding, but it's a nightly hood of the Spud, try to hold on for 7th place, but Jake Warrior, worrying on here with 6th place, well, will he try and defend again? But the Boogster's dropping off a little bit. So Spud will be thinking, what do I need to do? Oh, Jake's hit the wall. This is a chance. This is a chance for Sir Spud. Will Sir Spud do it? Will Sir Spud? No. No. But the Bookster's close in. Oh my God.
Bookster once again almost clipped the gearbox of the Renault in front, and Spud seemingly always going to be very close again. Spud really starting to hassle the back of his teammate.
This will be thinking, what do I need to do? Oh, the Bookster! Bookster's doing the bonsai!
That would have been a very brave move there. You would really have had to have trust in Spud to see that he was coming there. It was a very late move, so the Bookster pulls out of it.
Yeah, it would have been risking it for a biscuit, but I need a cup of tea with that to make sure it's all perfect afterwards. But will the Bookster try to get past the Spud? Now, too far back. We're on lap 35 of the Canadian Grand Prix. This is a chance. We have got two in a bed situation. We might have three. We might have three. Please,
the
no.
Renaults go side by side going down into turn 12. Who gets the move done? It's the Spud that gets past his teammate as Jake has to relinquish, and unfortunately that pushes the Bookster over those large curbs on the edge, so that may play the end to the Bookster's challenge on the two Renaults that were battling up the front. But at the moment it's Mike SI who's coming down the casino straight at the end of the lap, and he's going to take a pole to win, flag to flag. He's going to take a dominant victory in the Canadian Grand Prix, and it's a credit to Mike, who's driven an absolutely perfect race. In his return, Mike takes the victory at the Canadian Grand Prix. A fantastic result there for him.
Oh, absolutely fantastic for him. Absolutely fantastic. But Mike, will he... sorry, McLugpiece holding on for second, and because of his penalties, he's dropped down I've added 6 seconds worth of penalties. Shay's left the session. Waving towel will be crossing over the line now. It would be 12 seconds behind McLugpiece. Tom, fantastic drive for him, considering he's starting the ultras and then the softs.
Now we'll see here between Tom and SJD who have the more penalties. It was SJD who picks up more penalties. SJD did pick up quite a few over the race. They did finish quite close. We'll see also with Jake and Sir Spud.
I don't know.
And they look to have held position as well by the looks of it. So Spud picks up 5th position at the end of that. So nice drive there from Spud to pick up 5th in the Renault.
Oh, fair play to him. He's done a magnificent drive, same as with all the others at the top. Mike's impressed me a lot tonight. Coming back, proving the doubters wrong, and he's just saying, well, thank you very much. It's nice. It's nice. Nice. It's perfect. But magnifico. I don't know how you say that in Canadian, but I'm just going to say magnifique. That's it. Look, while they're doing the celebration.
Magnifique would be French, Canadian, or French for it, so.
Oh, is it? I thought it was like Italian when I did it before. Like, magnifico, nice. Oh, there's quite a few penalties. The Bookster will have, unless, I mean, fair enough, I think he did get that 10-second penalty, I think.
Yeah, so the Bookster picked up 10 seconds, which may need to be looked at, the same as TUF Sheo, who is down in 12th position, but he still would have picked up 22 by the looks of it as well. So TUF Sheo picking up a lot of penalties tonight.
Definitely. Just going to bring Mike, McLugpiece and Waving Tail for the top 3 drivers for tonight's race. I'm just going to do the interviews and stuff. So if you bear with me a sec, I'm just going to invite them in now. So while the guys, while I'm trying to invite them in, I'm going to ask them all them perfect questions to make sure they are, joining and listening and stuff, and understand the racing, how they got on and stuff. So just waiting to see if. Oh, where is he? I do apologise, guys.
That's fine. Whilst you're doing that, I'll just let everyone know. Guys, if you do want to watch more IRL, we still got more races on this week, so make sure you join us on Thursday for F1, F2 and F3. Of course, Wednesday
Yeah. Coming home. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Absolute spot on. Um, oh, right. Right. Well, the guys have just joined in. Before we speak to them, can you please make sure you got your loud voices to be shared before I answer the questions to you? So give them a minute. So give them about a few seconds. No pressure. So Mike's done his. Meg and Wave, have you done yours?
Oh, mine's been set since I've been interviewed before.
Okay, nice one.
He's used to being on the podium.
Yeah.
Not in this league, not in this league.
Meg, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool. Nice one. Right, we're going to do the podium questions. Now, the guys will be absolutely knackered driving around Canada. Looking at it now, Mike,
Yeah.
how you doing?
Evening. Pretty good.
You gonna have some Russian vodka after this tonight for your celebration?
Nah, it will be beer, I guess.
Okay, we have some Russian beer celebration after this, Mike. After that,
Yeah, I think Guinness for me, so.
okay, we have Russian Guinness then, Mike.
Yeah, it's Irish anyway. All the
Okay,
way.
okay, I'll give up. I'll give you Guinness. That's
Please.
it. Absolutely fantastic race for you, Mike. You got pole out of nowhere, with by 2/10 from Mr. Stims. Did you ever think you could have improved your time, or do you think that was pure luck that you had that pole time?
Nah, I could have even improved that time because I made mistakes on both runs.
Oh, really? So you could have
Yeah.
gone a little bit quicker than your time
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah, I guess 2/10, 2, maybe 3.
So you would have done at least 1:11.4, I believe.
Yeah, somewhere near there, yeah.
That's still good time though, mate. I thought Mr. Sim would have got it on the last minute, but fair play to you for that, nicking it to the last minute. And you put both of us were having heart attack moments on the qualifying, but it was nice. It was nice. The race. Did you ever felt like Megan Wave and Tell will try to close in on you during the race, or did
No.
you felt comfortable during the whole race?
No, I was comfortable the whole race. As soon as Steam crashed out and after the stops, I knew it's in the bag. I just need to keep it cool, and that's it.
Yeah, fair dues. Fair dues.
I was watching the gap, and Meg got a penalty early on, so.
Yeah.
And you know my record with penalties. I'm pretty good with that, so.
Yeah.
I was pretty comfortable and pretty sure of myself that I can take it tonight. So, like Fascone said, back with a bang.
Back with a bang, and you've done it well. And you come back with a select bang, but not with a bang with a wing on that one gone.
Yeah,
but
but not the wing on.
yeah, but you did well. You did very well tonight. It was just absolutely magnificent drive, and I've never seen it tonight. It was just absolutely unbelievable. But did you felt as though the one stop was going to work, or would have gone for the ultras, or did you want to risk it for a biscuit?
No, the one stop should work anyway.
The one stop should work. Fair dues. But yeah, I mean, Mike, are you gonna drink some more Guinness for next week? for the next race next week and try and
Yeah.
keep that momentum going, because that was a magnificent drive and I've never seen that for a long time. So fair play to you, mate, on that one.
Cheers, mate.
So, Meg Lugby, how you doing?
I'm pretty happy, really.
You're pretty happy?
Firstly, congrats to Mike. Yeah, well, I attended Silverstone this weekend, so I practiced for like an hour for the race, and I've come out with second, so very happy.
Fair dues, fair dues. I was just about to say, did you felt like you could have challenged Mike during the race, or did you think it was a bit too
Nah.
much?
Nah, he had the pace, and I had way too much oversteer and was killing my rear tyres. So towards the end of the first stint, I was just looking after them, and then for the whole second stint, I was just trying to make it home.
Yeah,
That's all I was doing.
fair dues, fair dues. I mean, at some point I thought Waverton was going to try and close in on you during the race, but it looked as though it was like a 5-6 second gap. So you had second place in the bag, and I think you have improved. I think you're in points. I think you've just gone. No, I think you're just near to Nick LJ Thompson in the standings. I think I might be wrong. I'm just trying to calculate it in my head, and it doesn't work out well on that one. So
I'm not really looking at it, to be honest. I'm just taking it race to race, to be honest.
And that's what all racers should be thinking about, not just what's going to be happening at the last race. It'll be happening in each race and see how you can get on. But fair play, Team Meg. And I keep saying it every week, and I bet you're fed up with me saying it. You've done really well, and you need to keep that up, and you have done it. So, you're going to get the win again, and I think it'll be a close battle between yourself, Nick. I mean, the Bookster as well. I mean, you just don't know what to expect. Was Canada your favourite track overall?
No.
No. That answers my question.
I mean, it's so on the edge in terms of like slight corner cuts and track extends as well.
Yeah.
So it's just trying to be as clean as you can, which was hard with an oversteering car because it just tended to snap and throw me wide, and then I'm done for really. So yeah, just happy to finish.
Oh,
And
fair
obviously
dues.
the walls are so close as well, so one mistake and you're out as well, as you saw with Stim.
Yeah,
So
it's like
it's
yeah,
just happy to finish.
yeah, fair dues, Meg, fair dues. I mean, another cracking drive from you, mate, and you've done a magnificent drive tonight for second place. So keep up the good work, and if you stay there, guys, for a little bit longer, I'll bring Captain Stiff over to do his part of the questions. We'll just go do Waving Tail, and then we'll do Captain Stiff's questions if he's got any for you guys tonight. Well done for second anyway, Meg. Fair play to you, mate. Waving Tail, the Flying Scotsman. How you doing, mate? You alright?
I'm doing alright.
You
Bit
doing alright?
tired after that, but I'm alright, yeah.
Oh, are you happy with third, or do you think you should have gone for it and get Meg Lugby for second?
I think the only way I could have got second is if I didn't have to trundle around in the first stint for wing damage.
Right, okay. Fair enough. Was that from the first... That was in the first stint, wasn't it? Or was that later on? Was that the first one?
What's that you're talking about? Was that my incident with
Yeah,
Bookster you're talking about?
yeah.
That was towards the end of the race.
That was towards... Sorry.
At the start of the race, I sort of had a small bit of contact with Coop, and that slightly damaged my front wing. Then I went into the wall of champions. So,
Oh no. Oh, that bit. I would tell you what, guys. I bet you hate the chicane near the Wall of Champions, because if you make a silly mistake, you just don't know what to expect at all.
Oh, I
and
love it.
no, I like it because of the small margin of error.
Oh, fair enough. That answers my question on that one again on that one. But yeah, Wave. You look, same with Meg. You improve in left, right, and centre. I don't know how you do it, and that's why I keep calling you the Flying Scotsman each time, because you just like zoom, gone. That's it. How are you competing yourself in the championship? Do you reckon you've got a fighting chance to get in the top half, or do you think, as in like top 3, top 4, or do you think that's a bit too much?
That's a bit too much. I'm not really caring about the championship. I'm here for a bit more track time, really.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Did you like Canada as a whole? Or...
Yeah, it's a good track.
It's a good track. It's a good track. Yeah, it's got that brilliant long straight where you don't have to mess about, but it's got them dodgy corners, haven't it, as well as the chicane as well. But yeah, fair play to you, mate, for getting third. A magnificent drive. You three have just blown away by just saying, well, I'll take the top 3, guys, and drive away quickly on that one. But like I said, fair play to you, Way, for getting third. Captain Stiff, have you got any questions for the guys before we end the stream?
Not particularly, just an observation. I think tonight you all drove pretty much perfect races in your own way. Obviously, Wave and Tail had the incident with Booster, but I think courteous in the way if you both allowed each other to catch up and get back. But Mike was pretty much flag to flag perfect, nothing to complain about there, and to pick up no penalties whatsoever was around, especially around Canada. So credit to you there, Mike, especially after your 3-4 weeks out. So no ring rust for you.
Cheers, mate.
He's
And
had some
Meg
secret
well.
practicing. Yes, some secret practicing,
So-
didn't he? That's it.
With Meg, just it's about picking up consistent points, especially sitting third in the championship at the moment. So even if you couldn't catch Mike, it's pretty much the second best place you can be. So it's I think everyone all round should be pretty pleased with where they finished.
Oh, definitely. I've got a question for all you three, actually. Next week is the classic track of Suzuka. Suzuka that Furuka on that one. So Suzuka track in Japan. I'll start with Wave, then Meg, and then you, Mike. What are your thoughts of Japan, Wave? Before we start.
It's a really good track. You can quite often get good racers around there, but I don't have that much time on it using the wheel, so no idea how well I'll do.
Ooh, okay, fair dues. Meg, what's your thoughts of Japan, Suzuka?
I love Japan. It's such a smooth flowing track. It's a driver's track, so I think if you can nail a good lap round there, you can really make some time up. And I did well last year, I think, in the Performance League. I think I got my first podium last year.
I think you did,
in
yeah.
Japan. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, it depends what car I get. But yeah, see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I can't say for definite about the car allocation, so I can't really say, but it's the admins who decide and stuff. But overall, as a track, fair dues. Meg, fair dues. And Mike, what's your thoughts of Japan?
Absolutely brilliant track. Love it.
It's nice. Is it nice? Is it nice?
Oh yeah, it's a great track.
It's a great track. Fair dues. Thank you, guys. Appreciate for the podium questions and interviews. But yeah, I wish you all the very best in your respective Performance League. I wish you all the very best and keep up with the good work. So well done tonight, guys. Captain, have you got any more queries before we shoot?
No, we are all good, guys. So yeah, congratulations. We'll see you next week.
Nice one. Cheers, Meg, Waving Tail, and Mike for your the podium places tonight, and Mike especially pole and win tonight. So get that Russian Guinness down you. Nah, that's it. I'll let you all shoot off now, and I'll speak to Captain Stiff before we end the stream. So I'll let you guys head off now.
Thanks, mate.
Nice one.
Thank you.
Nice one. So while the guys are leaving the podiums, Captain Stiff, did you enjoy your first ever performance commentary tonight?
Yeah, for sure. It was, well, the Performance League kind of stood up to its name and was a decent race all round. We saw battles up and down the grid, so there was nothing to complain about whatsoever. It's a worthy winner and some decent battles, especially for Wave and Tail to get up into the podium positions.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I bet you're going to put your car application in now. Drive application in now for you to join the Performance League after seeing that.
Oh, you know me, I'd never say no, but it's always nice to be up in the comms box and watching some quality racing.
Oh, cool. What was being your highlight of the race tonight? What was your highlight?
Oh god, it was tricky. There were so many decent overtakes during the race, but I think overall it's just Mike's performance after being out for a month to come back and get the pole and win flag to flag, pretty much bang on. Just easily stands out as the best part of the evening for him.
Oh yeah, he'd driven a magnificent race tonight, and I'll keep saying it, but as you said, he hasn't raced for 3 to 4 weeks. He should come back. He says, well, you know what, guys, I'll take the pole, I'll take the win. Thank you very much. Bish bash bosh, done and dusted. He signed that off, and he did it with ease tonight, and that was just an epic race from him tonight, so fair play to him. Again, this may be your answer already, but I'd like to know your driver of the day tonight.
Yeah, so I will stick with Mike. Flawless from him, so quality drive.
Quality drive, yeah. I would go for Mike as well, considering he has not raced in 4 weeks. Again, driven a magnificent race and keep up with the good work, so fair play to him. But yeah, thank you. But yeah, it was a fantastic race. We could have had a 3 in a bed or 2 in a... Well, we definitely had a couple of 2 in a bed situations of the 2 cars battling out for 1 corner. I just want to see that Canada race again, to be honest, Captain. But have you got any last thoughts of the race, of your last thoughts before we head off?
No, just make sure, guys, you watch the F1, F2 and F3 races, because if you thought that was good, we've definitely got 3 more races in store for you that will be equally as exciting.
Ooh, the equal leagues tomorrow night. It's going to be equal tonight. That didn't work out well, but you know what I mean. It's the best of the best with F1 and the F2 and F3. They're battling now to try and get into the higher divisions or try to avoid the bottom of the division and stuff as well. It's just tense moments here. Just a couple of things actually for yourself, Captain. Are your thoughts of carrying on F3 next season and onwards, or?
Absolutely, yes. I'll be behind the wheel and all about looking forward to the future and getting into as many different series as possible. So yeah, whilst maintaining my time in the comms box and quite happily sitting there and getting the commentary for the no assist. So yeah, in it for the long run.
Oh, fair dues. I'll tell you what, do you prefer commentary or do you prefer racing, if you had to choose?
Always be on track. Always be on track, but it's always fun to commentate, but you can never turn down being behind the wheel of anything.
Fair dues. I'd like to say a massive thank you to yourself, Captain, for joining me tonight, and it's been an absolute pleasure. Hopefully Craig will be back in a few weeks. If not, you're more than welcome to come back, help me out with the Performance League again. As always, it's been a real honour and privilege tonight, Captain. It's just an honour.
You're too much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Guys, thank you very much for watching the stream. If you have commented, I'm sorry I did not see the comments. My phone's been playing up, so I can't really see it. So I will have a look at the comments in a bit, but if you have commented at the start, I do apologise. But guys, thank you very much for watching the stream. I wish you all the very best. I'll see you all. I'll be streaming tomorrow for the F3 League, but for the Performance League, I'll see you all next week. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye. And remember,
See you later.
Remember, I'll remember this, Captain. Stay classy. See you later. Bye bye.